All right. It's been a while since this has happened. I probably should have spoken about this a lot sooner, but let's have the knee talk. If you don't know what the knee talk is about, it's about kneeing the fuck out of your opponents while they're on the ground because their dumbass is leaving their face wide open and available for a knee. Henry, if I were to, it's only because the rules were there. It's only because the rules were there. And I would say that it is very smart of Aljamain Sterling to take advantage of those rules. People can say like, "Oh, he's cheating. He's being a bitch by putting his hand and taking abuse." Because in reality, you would have got a knee in the face. Yeah, I know. But there are rules in the UFC, and in the UFC it says you cannot get hit in the face when you're on the ground with a knee or a kick. So he's like, all right, well, I'm safe here. This is a safe position according to the rules. But it's very unrealistic, man. It's too unrealistic. Seeing Aljamain Sterling like that on all fours and Henry Cejudo just standing there. First of all, I don't know why Henry Cejudo didn't switch around. I'm not some professional wrestler. I have nothing on his resume at all. Not even one credential compared to this guy. Henry Cejudo knows his shit. That one conversation that he had with Aljamain Sterling and DC in his house, all of those medals and achievements that he had all over his walls. No, Henry Cejudo knows his shit. But I am gonna question that. Why didn't he spin around or hit him in the face or I don't know? That's a bad position. Why are you on all fours? You're leaving your face wide open. I know I can't knee you, but I'm gonna hit you with something. Elbow. I don't know. Grab him, headlock him, fucking sink it in and just I don't know. There was a lot of things that Henry Cejudo probably could have done in that position, but he just stood there and held him down like that. And Aljamain Sterling was just like on this. I don't know. I don't know. It was very weird. Speaking of getting kneed while you're on the ground, like Demetrius Johnson, for example, in one championship, if your face is open while you're on the ground, you're gonna get fucking kneed. And Demetrius Johnson, that's how he lost against what's his name? What's his name? Adriano Moraes. That's how he lost the first time against Adriano Moraes. He got kneed in the face while he was on the ground, just poof. And people, I heard someone make the argument of, oh well, you can't properly protect yourself while you're on the ground against a knee. It's virtually impossible. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. Wait. You're telling me you can't defend yourself from getting kneed while you're on the floor? Maybe in order to defend yourself from getting kneed in the face while you're on the floor, maybe don't be in that position where you're going to get kneed in the face while you're on the floor. If you're on the floor, protect yourself at all. It's the most basic rule of any combat sport. Protect yourself at all times. And if you're getting in the face like that, it's because you didn't protect yourself. You weren't doing your job as a fighter. And I wouldn't say that it should count in the UFC. I feel like they should get rid of that rule, to be honest with you. At first, I was like, they need it. I remember I made a comment on that video of Demetrius Johnson getting kneed in the face. And I was like, they need to take that out of the MMA in one championship because that's gotta hurt, man. That's like concussion for sure. Could you imagine a knee straight right here, right here, boom? Mm-mm, mm-mm. Or even right anywhere in your head. It's just the power of a knee. I just saw yesterday. It was UFC Fight Night. Mackenzie Dern hit Angela Hill with a knee, and it wasn't on the ground, but she kneed the fuck out of her chin. And I was like, it made me cringe. Just any knee to the head area, any fucking spot in the head, sounds terrible to me. So back then, I did have that point of view of taking out the knees for a grounded opponent. In the one championship, I was like, yeah, they should probably get rid of that. But now, looking at it at its worst moment, where you cannot knee somebody while they're on the floor, looking at it, it was terrible to watch. It was so unrealistic. Like it really stuck with everyone that was watching the fight with me, with my dad, with my sister, everybody that was there in the living room watching the fight with me. It stuck. I was like, oh, do something. Like it got you kind of frustrated because it's like in any real scenario that would not have happened. And I'm not saying that they should take points or anything away from Aljamain Sterling. No, Aljamain Sterling did his job. Even the fight itself, I would say that it was very close. I'm not mad at all with the decision of Aljamain Sterling winning, But if you're saying that Aljamain Sterling won that last round, that's when you got me fucked up because I think Henry Cejudo won that round. But about the whole knee situation, Aljamain Sterling took advantage of the rule. It is what it is. He didn't do anything wrong if you really look at the rule book. But I really hope that they change that rule because I can't see that anymore. That was so unrealistic. It holding your opponent down like this. I maybe it was, you know how they say like it takes two to tango. People, I mean, you could say that it was Henry's because he didn't take advantage of that opportunity of him being on all fours. And you could also say that it was Aljamain Sterling's fault because he was on all fours and he wasn't doing anything and he was just, I don't like trying not to get hit, but it was just a weird position to be in. It can be on both sides of the fighters. It's just so awkward. It's just so awkward. It's an awkward position. So I guess when a fighter sees another fighter do that awkward position, it's like, well, what do I do here? We saw with Peter Yan. Peter Yan literally kneed the fuck out of Aljamain Sterling, and it cost him the fight. Aljamain Sterling was looking terrible in that fight. The man was tired. He was throwing some half-ass punches. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do in order to get that championship belt. In the fight against Peter Yan looked over to his corner like, "What the fuck do I do? Can I knee him?" And one of them said yes. It was his mistake. You should not have kneed him. I feel like we all know that now since he won the belt afterwards. But Aljamain Sterling was looking terrible. He was losing that entire fight against Peter Yan. Piotr Yan. He was losing that fight against Piotr Yan. And he won the belt because of that disqualification. I know he was like, "Oh, I don't want to win this way. I don't want to." And it was a nasty ass knee. But bro, you can't be doing that in the UFC. I really hope that they change the rule. I really hope because stuff like I don't know. I remember when that happened, I was like, "Well, what are they gonna do? I wonder what they're gonna do for the belt. Disqualification for the belt? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do." And then they disqualified Piotr Yan, and they gave the belt to Aljamain Sterling, and I was like, "Wow, that fucking sucks." And I feel like we're gonna see it again. Henry Cejudo called it out beforehand. He said, "Just make one thing to look out for is he's gonna be going on all fours or in a three-legged position." Before the fight started, he told Herb Dean. Herb Dean was like, "Yep, I'll look forward to it, or I'll look at it, see if he does anything." Blah 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 blah. And he did exactly what Henry Cejudo predicted. He did it. If he predicted it, I feel like he's gonna be doing it again. Aljamain Sterling knows that people are aware of what he does now, and I feel like he should change it. I don't think you should ever be in that position. It's not realistic. It's a bad position to be in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it with that. You should be able to get kneed in the face if you're on the ground and you're showing your face straight like that, like knee me, knee me. It's literally like if a sign was on your face and it said knee here, so you're gonna deposit your fucking knee right there. What do you guys think? Should you be able to knee a grounded opponent? Should you not be able to knee a grounded opponent? Should they go with the MMA rules in Asia and follow one championship like that? Or should they just stick like this? Because we're going to be seeing a lot more scenarios of this happening. I have a feeling. People are aware that you can get away with this, that you could win a fight by getting kneed. It's a big risk, high reward type thing. He won a whole belt because he got kneed in the face. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But I hope that they do take that rule into consideration when they start looking into it a little bit more. I don't want to see that again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys happen to enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys all in the next video.